How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Airport CEO, and welcome back to the very humble Belfast City Airport. Today is the day that we are going to be taking this airfield and turning it into an actual commercial airport, at least according to the tutorial. That's what we're going to be doing. We need to drag out a terminal foundation that is at least 20 by 15. Now, here's where I went wrong. I sort of touched on this in the last episode. I'm going to touch on it again. I went wrong because basically I haven't necessarily left myself enough space to build the kind of terminal that I would want to build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little bit of a look at moving some of these roads around ever so slightly, which is a thing we can do. We can sort of change all this up a little bit, which I think will be a great idea. So I'm going to bring a road out here. I'm going to bring a road down here. And that's going to be access to the back of the airport eventually. This is all going to need to move. So the delivery site, which is where we get the goods for construction, it's going to live basically, it doesn't really matter where it lives, to be quite honest with you. We can put the delivery site out here. I think what I'm going to do is get this all built first, and then we'll go in. We're going to start demolishing this road as soon as this one gets done so that we're not interrupting any refueling services, because that's kind of the last thing we'd want to do. In fact, I'm pretty sure I could probably just say, given how quickly they're building this, just go ahead and tear out this road as quickly as you possibly can. The reason I want to do that is because I kind of want to get the, wherever it is, the delivery site. I want this thing to be like here, basically. I kind of want it to be in sort of this space, although in saying that, it is probably better on that side. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's better on that side. And then we also want the contractor site, which is going to live, I mean, admittedly probably on the same side, so we'll do both of them right there in front of the security space, which means I can now go ahead and just demolish all of this, which can go away. These guys all obviously move over to there, and that just frees up this entire space for me to do what I need to do with the terminal. So the next little step of this entire project is going to be taking out this entire section of fence, because I just do not want it and I do not need it. And I'm probably going to have to build more aircraft stands. So I'm ever so slightly regretting building these 4, because I'm going to build more, and that might not be a great idea, but it's what we're going to do. And those are going to be the first commercial stands that we build for this airport. So I'm jumping slightly ahead is basically what I'm doing. I'm jumping ahead a little bit in the tutorial because I'm pretty sure it will start talking about commercial aircraft stands, but I need to build these first because I need the space, essentially. Now, it's a $10,000 difference between grass and asphalt. It is like 33.3 recurring dollars cheaper per month to operate these ones. So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these. And I think I can actually do 5 of these, because these guys, I want to say, might be 25 big sort of blocks across. You can see the grid is kind of broken into sort of big blocks and then little blocks. I think that's 25 across, which means if I go and now say that I want to build terminal foundations, I can do this, and that gives me the exact measurement that it suggests of 25 by 15, which is perfect. So we're going to build that right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to get ourselves some service roads. We are going to extend like this and up to here. We're going to extend down to here. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I also want to get the taxiways linked up just like so. This is going to be a nightmare for aircraft traffic, by the way. It's going to be very, very busy, but that's okay. We'll make it work. We'll get a little bit of money, and that's all right. So we want to place at least 1 bus stop and 1 car drop off and make sure that they connect to a public road. Now, it looks like the layout that it's suggesting here is sort of a one-way system. And I mean, if you've seen me play City Skylines, you are well aware that I'm sort of all for that. The problem is I have no idea what the layout of this place is going to be. We need, let me think about what we need. We need a check-in space. We need a security space. We need a departures space, and then we need arrivals. So Let's have a think about that. I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess we just line the entire front of this thing with bus stops and car stops and just have a one-way system. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So if we have a little bit of a look, we can look at infrastructure, we can get some sidewalks, and I'm gonna say give me just a big old sidewalk right there. And then I want some bus stops, which are a pretty decent size. Let's have the bus stops be... Man, I don't know where to put the bus stops. We can also do the car stops. We can do taxi stops as well. I think we want to do a combo of those. So let's do... I'm going to say 2 taxi stops. I'm going to say 2 car stops. I'm going to say maybe 2 bus stops. Maybe 4 bus stops would be the way to go here. I think 4 bus stops is the way to go. We kind of want people using buses and public transport. We can do a sidewalk sort of down through here. And then in terms of public roads, I mean, my thinking would be that basically we do this the entire way around, and that's going to give us a one-way system if I then go in and say that's a one-way road, right? That's the goal anyway. We'll see if that we'll see if that works. That might be a bit of a mess, to be completely honest with you. What might be a better idea actually is a public road that just comes down like this. And we'll just get rid of this part completely. So we'll do something like that. Let me get my my one-way road section here. Let me get my one-way road section here. And we'll see how that plays out. We'll see if that's a good idea. It might not be, but I'm willing to try. And the other bit of good news is with this little connection here, if I wanted to, I can put more stops on this side. We can have a little bit of a crosswalk right here so people can get across. Which means if I even wanted to do something like a public parking lot, I can fit them in here. People can just walk across to them, and that's absolutely perfect. So that's great. Who are you? Oh, it's me. Okay, I was really curious about who just got off that bus. That's great. We've got me. I'm gonna need an office, but that's that's great. Okay, open the heat map panel and have a look at where passengers and employees can walk. Okay. Is this new? I don't remember ever having to do this before. So display walkable area. Okay. They can apparently walk over there. That's interesting. That's totally fine. I don't think these stands out here are going to be general aviation. I don't think we're ever going to need anybody to walk out there, at least not yet. We will eventually, but for now, that's okay. So now we have the basic passenger flow configured, and soon the terminal will be buzzing with life. Before that, let's take care of your future staff. Drag out a staff room. Okay. So this is where I have to start figuring out what this airport's going to look like. Now, the departures space, the way this is going to work is that every single... Oh, how do I turn it? It's Z to turn off the overlays. Every single one of these guys is going to have a dedicated door. So at each of these crosswalks, we're going to put a door, and that's how the passengers are going to walk out to the aircraft, and that's okay. We're not going to have that many passengers for these planes, unfortunately, so we don't actually need that big of a departures space. So I'm not going to massively overdo it. I think what I'll do is I'm going to bring a road across, or a wall across here, and I'm going to bring a wall, almost said road again, down to here. And this is basically going to be how we get people out of here. Is my thinking. I'm not 100% sure that we're going to need to do this right now. I probably don't need to build this right now, but that's basically the security path that I want people to take. So they arrive at the airport, they leave this way, which means that over here, I want to get a door, and you know what? I'm going to get a couple of doors right there just to make it sort of interesting looking. I could do some detailing here. I don't need to do detailing here. We're completely fine. I could do some windows, which honestly, I love the idea of doing big windows in the front of an airport. So we're gonna do some big windows on the front of the airport just because I can. Unfortunately, that one's gonna go and be replaced with a medium window because of the sizing of all of this, and we're not gonna bother. Well, do I want? No, you know what? This can maybe be where the staff room is. Now that I think about it, so that's what we'll do. We've got 1, 2, 3, and then a wall. So 1, 2, 3, and wall. Yeah, this is where our staff room's gonna go. And it doesn't need to be huge, I don't think. So we'll do We'll go a little bit bigger on it just to be safe, but we'll say that that's where the staff room's going to go. We'll get a nice little small wooden door for it right down there. And what was it wants me to do? Just drag out a staff room. Okay, so staff room, this thing right here, and that'll be great. So with that done, we can look at the tutorial. We want to place a few office desks and any type of seating in the staff room. Interesting. I might have wanted to make this a little bit bigger, but you know what? We've built it now. It's completely fine. I think I can actually lay out a bunch of office desks, and we can just have a really miserable looking staff room, which is what we're gonna go for, because it's an airport. That's just how it's gonna be. It also suggested some seating, but apparently it doesn't care about that, so that's fine. Decorate your terminal by putting in some new floors. We only have $785,000, so I do need to be careful to not overspend. What's our logo? It was blue, right? Yeah, it's like a light blue. Do I have like a really light blue? Yeah, we've got a light blue carpet right there. Let's do a light blue carpet inside of the staff room. And then we want to beautify the terminal with some nice plants. I don't know why this doesn't seem like a priority. I'm gonna be honest. This doesn't feel like it should be a priority right now. I feel like there's a lot of other things we could be doing to, you know what I mean? It feels like there's a lot of other things that we need to do with this terminal before we're putting plants into it, but yet here we are. I also apparently forgot a little section of wall right there, so let's just rebuild you as well. And then we'll force these guys to actually use the doors, which is definitely the ideal option. So before you can accept commercial airlines and handle its passengers, we need a commercial license. Let's set up office spaces in the staff room for the airport's administrators to work in research and development projects. Hire at least 2 administrators. They will work on R&D projects and unlock new objects and systems. So we want to go to the staff tab. We want to go to applicants, and we want to look at administrators. So let's go for Carlos Fernandez and Dragon. Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll hire both of you. I don't know who did I just I just clicked on what I didn't hire Dragon. We'll get Dragon as well. And you know what? We'll get Carolina. We'll get 4 of them. And then we want to go to the operations tab. We want to go to research and development, and we want to start a project. So it wants me to get the commercial license, which is going to unlock a whole bunch of things, which, to be fair, we do need to do to make progress. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It's very tempting to get the helipads. I might go straight for those once we have this commercial license. And just to be clear, this will get us the commercial airline contracts, the commercial runways and aircraft stands, check-in desks, security checkpoints, the security exit, the boarding desk, information screen, and aircraft hangar. It also gives us a bunch of employee types and research and development projects. So we'll get that going. We are going to need to assign up to 5 administrators to work on that. So I will go ahead and hire another one if I can get a decently skilled one. We've got Miko, so you are hired, and we will put you on that project as well, which means it shouldn't take all that long to do. We should have the research and development thing done in no time at all. We've also got everybody arriving and using their desks, which is absolutely fantastic. And one of these guys is that me? That's me. There we are. Okay, well, apparently I really need the bathroom. Well, I mean, we can do something about that. We can build, let me see here. Where is there it is. Bathrooms tab. What do? We need toilets. We are going to need sinks. And we are going to need hand dryers. So let's figure out what this layout. So the toilets are going to be, it's like a 1x2. So that'll be space for the toilets and a gap. And then the sinks and hand dryers and a wall, I think. Wait, I mean, so yeah, the toilet could be really small if I wanted it to be, which is interesting. So that would be fine. If I double that and then go one further, I think that's what I'm going to do for the toilets. We'll do something like this. I'm going to then say that I want this space lined with cubicles, and that'll be great. I then want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not 4 of those. We'll do 3. We'll do 1, 2, 3 there as well. We can do some hand dryers. I know these are floating right now, by the way. That's completely fine. We can do some walls coming around this thing, just like so, and then a wall right in the middle. And that is kind of perfect. So we'll get ourselves a little small door for this, and that's going to be our bathroom. And that'll be great. It's a little bit out of the way, but it will keep everybody nice and happy. And that's kind of what we're looking for. So that's perfectly fine. We should have, yeah, there they are. That army of 100. Oh, it's not all of them actually. Okay. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's a fox. Okay. Got a little bit worried it was something a bit more deadly, which would be a real twist for Airport CEO. I'm going to be honest with you. You just get a notification at the bottom of the screen. Your contractors have been killed by a lion. That would be, that would be something all right. That would definitely be a twist. There we go. So we got those guys going and using the bathroom, which is fantastic. Let's get some tiles in there. I'm going to go for these ones just because it's a little bit different looking, and I think that's okay. So that's the bathroom sorted. That's the office sorted. We do have the option of putting some seating in there. We have some couches, which are a little bigger than I'd like them to be. I could do some armchairs, which would be an option as well. I think I'm going to do some armchairs down here just to change the space up a little bit. And I'm pretty sure I can change the color of them as well. Yeah, I can make them the same red that I made the trucks. I don't know that I want to do that. That seems a little bit silly. Let's get a slightly darker blue. I don't want it to be super saturated, but something I think like that might look pretty good. Maybe a little bit more saturated, a little bit darker. Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for. I want to save that color as well, because I think that'll be a nice color to sort of accent things with. Anyway, now when the outside is built, we should focus on the inside. Yeah, I've been saying that the entire time, but okay. Passengers will first enter the terminal where they can check into their flights. They must then pass a security checkpoint in order to enter the secure perimeter of the terminal. Once the flight arrives, they will go to the aircraft via a boarding desk. Passengers arriving at your airport must pass a security exit before they can leave the terminal and claim any bags. So we want at least 2 small check-in desks. We have so much. There's birds in this game. That's a pigeon. It's also the shadow of a pigeon. Anyway, so we have so much more space than we reasonably need right now. What are you all complaining about? Can't find a suitable runway. Oh, we probably want to fix that. Let's get that sorted so everybody can start leaving again. Didn't realize that was going on. Okay, so 2 small check-in desks. Man, that's a lot. We're gonna want flight info displays too, I think. So let me do some flight info displays here and here. That'll keep people nice and happy. And then the check-in desks, we only have the small ones right now. You can get larger ones eventually. So I feel like I might just sort of confine myself to building on this side of the airport. I think what I might do, just because we're going to have so few people coming through here right now, is as like a temporary thing, I'm going to block off a whole lot of the airport because we're just not going to use it. So I think for now, I can get away with just using this part of the airport. I think that's all we're going to need. So this entire part is just not going to be used, and I'm okay with that. So what we'll do is we'll go and get ourselves the check-in desks. It does want me to get 2 of them. I don't know if we're going to get anything sort of central here, unfortunately, but again, I think I'm kind of okay with that. So let me see. We'll give them a little bit of space at the back. I like this layout of having the plants in between. So we'll do, I think, just every other tile we can do a check-in desk. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, for now. Again, we could do more. We're not going to need more. And then between them, we can do these hedges, which I think will look pretty good. We'll do one sort of at the end there as well. And I can also extend the queues once these things are built, which is completely fine. So now we want to zone a suitable part of the airport terminal as secure. Make sure the check-in desks are not inside of the secure zone. That's going to be this space back here. And again, there's not going to be that many people coming through. So reasonably, we're not going to need to go too crazy with a secure zone, but we will go ahead and just build something like, we'll do 20. We can do 22 by 22 for now, and that'll be perfectly fine. So now we need security checkpoints. This is how people are going to get into the secure zone. So if we have a little bit of a look, we have the security checkpoints, we have the security exit. Basically, these guys need that little dot to be just outside of the zone. So what I think I'm going to do is clear out some of that secure zone. It's really painful in the eyes. It's really painful in the eyes. I'm going to clear that out though. And what I'm going to do is get myself a little bit more terminal here. And let me see. Do I want to do... I don't need huge corridors. That's the thing. We don't need anything massive for the corridors here. So I think what we'll do is just something like this will do the job. Again, this is probably temporary, so I'm not really too worried about how this looks and how this works and all that stuff. It really doesn't matter too much. The secure zone is going to be... These guys do have queues leading up to them as well, so let's keep that in mind. Let's go for something like this. I think those guys are like 3 tiles across, so we want this to be maybe 5 by 15 or by 18. I think we'll go 5. We'll go 18, and that'll be all right. That'll give me a whole bunch of the security checkpoints that I can place, and we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them right about there. And I think I'm going to move this wall is what I'm going to do, just to have this all be kind of nice and flush with each other. We could make it thicker. I don't really think it needs to be. We'll just take out the part that we're not going to be using, which is completely fine. So that can go away. This whole part can go away if they wouldn't mind. And this whole part can go away as well. So we'll clear all of that out. We can get ourselves a nice large door for this spot. And we can get ourselves a little medium door for just up here as well. So now that we have these guys in here, we're going to need a security exit, and that's basically where this space comes into play. I'm also realizing that what I probably should do is get myself another large door up here. Although what I'm thinking I might do is shuffle it over a little bit. I might do a medium door instead and just force all the people through security to come, and just a really roundabout way. This is completely unnecessary, but this is what I'm going to do for the security space. And this, again, this will have to be torn apart at some point. It is absolutely not going to be enough for a giant airport. But for this little airport that we have going on right now, this is more than enough. So we'll do all of this. That is access to the secure zone. There is no exit right now. That's completely fine. Bring this down here, go to security, get ourselves a security exit. And this guy, same story. We want to have it exiting the secure zone just like this. It would be nice if I could get it central. We can't, unfortunately, which is fine. I could make this corridor a bit thinner. And honestly, I think that's maybe what we should do, is make the corridor just a little bit thinner so that we're really not using more space than we have to. I think that's the play. So we'll put the, let's see, the security exit can go down here. So we'll just build it right about there. We can go to the terminal options. We are going to clear out this this wall. We can clear out that door as well. Clear out this door. And then we also want to tidy up the zone just a little bit. Oh, that is not the button I wanted. We'll tidy up the zone just a little bit. And we can also go through and just build ourselves a new wall right about there, which I think is going to be perfect. I think that's going to be good. We'll get ourselves a wall there. We'll take out this entire section that we don't need anymore. And this will be replaced. So we get a corner right there. We get a corner right there. We get ourselves a nice large door here and a nice large door there. And that's going to be our security exit. And that'll be perfect. So anyone that gets off a plane, comes through, goes out this way, they get in a bus, they get in a car, they get in a taxi, and away they go. That is fine. This is the most ridiculous, stupid, pointless layout that I've ever done for an airport. But honestly, I'm kind of here for it. Now, we do need to place boarding desks near each stand adjacent to the terminal building and wait for them to be built. I think we can go ahead and do that. I'm going to keep the game running slowly while I do that, though, because I also have to build queues, which is, yeah, it's the fun part. that's the fun part of Airport CEO, is building the queues. Now, it doesn't really matter, I think, where I put the boarding desks. I don't think they're going to queue up all that nicely. So I'm just going to put the boarding desks here and here, and we'll do all of them just like so. So that should be fine. Like I said, we'll let those build, and then I need to build some queues. So we'll go to the right, we'll go back this way and around like that. And we have to do that for all of these guys. So to the right, down, around, and like this. We're gonna have to do this for the check-in desks as well, but this will just let people sort of line up in a bit of an orderly manner. Again, not that there's gonna be that many people coming through the airport right now, but this is, again, a little bit over-engineered, a little bit unnecessary, I think, but it just, you know, it means that if we expand a little bit, we'll be okay. And then I've done exactly the same thing, like I said, for the check-in desks, which I'm pretty sure I can repaint to be that nice sort of dark blue color, which I kind of like. I can't do anything to the security desks, unfortunately. I think I can repaint these guys, though, which I'm absolutely going to do. We'll get those to be that nice dark blue color as well. Pretty sure I can repaint the toilets. I don't know if I want to repaint the toilets. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that's necessary. So we'll just leave those alone is what we'll do there. But I will go through and I will get myself some nice tiles for the security space. I think that seems like a great idea, just to decorate it a little bit. This entire thing is 100% going to end up getting redesigned anyway, so a little bit unnecessary to do this, in all honesty, but it's okay. It's gonna look good. It's gonna be worth it in the long run. We'll make this place look super functional, and we'll have it make money, and then we'll expand it eventually. It's all right. Let's speed things up anyway and get all of these things built. They should automatically connect to their stands. Apparently not. So I guess we have to manually connect all of you to your respective stands. So out to there, and you go out to there, and then you go out to there. So click on each stand and enable commercial flights. So that is going to be this option right here. We want to enable commercial flights, which we cannot do whilst an assigned aircraft exists in the world. Okay. So basically I have to wait for these planes to leave before I can assign these to be commercial stands. That's going to be easy enough. I think we just need them to go, really. You need to go back to Dundee, or need to head over to Dundee. You need to go down to Southampton. You're going to Southampton as well. You're going to Glasgow, and you're going to Wales. Okay. Well, that's completely fine. It does seem like we're still making money. I think I mentioned that a moment ago. We can have a look at the balance, and let's see. If I look at this daily, yesterday we spent 5,800. Today we've done 10,000 in profits, so we're doing okay. We are definitely doing okay. I've also realized I can't send these guys away, so I'm going to have to be a little bit quick with this. As soon as they are off the stand, I basically just need to tell them to go. We also have the runway not connected. Now that's interesting. Open your runway for commercial use. Okay, let's do that as well, which is now done. The new staff room looks really nice, but it seems empty. Let's hire some friendly staff for your airport so they'll be ready once the first passengers arrive. We need 4 passenger service agents. We can do that in a moment. I kind of need to get these stands sorted out first. And there we go. We have all these guys connected and set up for commercial flights. So let's get ourselves some passenger service agents, which is going to be right about here. And I think these guys basically operate the various desks throughout the airport. So it does say hire 4 of them. I'm going to get 5 of them because it's a little bit easier. It wants me to hire 4 security officers. I'm going to get 5 of those as well, assuming they're decent. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to hire someone that's not quite as good. Your skill could be better, but you are hired as well. And then ramp agents are the people that go out and deal with the planes themselves. Hire 4 of those. 1, 2, 3. I might put a skill filter on this. I don't really want to hire anyone that's less than like 50% good. You know, I mean, I might have to at this stage of the game. I think I will, just to be, you know, just to get the ball rolling a little bit. But I think ideally in the future, we're going to want to only hire people that are actually, you know, good at their job. That sounds horrible, but that's kind of where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I want another security officer. Also going to hire you for sure. Let's have a look. Security. Let's get you. And passenger service agents, how many of those do I have? We have 5 of them, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 check-in desks, 5 stands as well. That's fine. So now we want to go to operations, and we want to enable ramp agent service rounds, which is perfect. And now we're finally ready to accept our first commercial flight and greet some passengers. First off, we need to sign a master contract with an airline. Then the airline will offer flights that we can schedule in the flight planner. So we want to accept an airline master contract in the economy tab and offered contracts. But before we do that, I want some seating because I've realized that we don't have any right now. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be happy if I had to stand and wait in an airport for hours on. I mean, I've had to before. I've been in departure spaces where all the seats are taken. Heathrow, for example, is a nightmare for that. So let's just get some seats by each of the stands so that, I mean, again, these planes that are coming in, they're not going to be huge. I don't think we're going to have enough people to even fill all of these seats, which is completely fine. But I think that's for the best. And I'm also pretty sure, isn't there somewhere we can get, yeah, vending machines? This seems like something that would be good to have, right? This seems like something that would make people kind of happy. So we'll do some vending machines. What is this one? Is what, a drinks vending machine? We'll do drinks on the left side of each of these. You know what? I'm going to be honest. Vending machines in an airport, first off, stupid expensive, to be quite honest with you. But there are some across my travels in Europe, at least, where you go up and like scan your bank card and it's like, okay, now select the items you want. And you just pick everything. So it's, this might be like super common everywhere, but it's not like the old, I mean, being able to use your card on a vending machine isn't like a new thing. I know that. But what I mean is vending machines for the longest time, the ones I've known have been like, tap your card, pick your item, and then you have to do it again. Now it's like, tap your card, get everything you want, and then we're just going to charge you for all of it. Which honestly, I'm kind of here for. It's kind of great. I'm not going to lie. Very big fan of convenient vending machines. Anyway, let's go to the economy tab. Let's look at the offered contracts. Let's look at airlines because we have some choices, which I'm very excited about. Now, there was an expansion for this game a few years ago that brought in vintage aircraft, and I think that's what I'm going to look into for these smaller flights. So we are being offered, so we have Maple Vintage. They are offering some medium flights as well. We're not worried about those. They will send medium flights if and when we go ahead and get some medium stands. But for now, let's do Maple Vintage. That seems like a great idea. Let's do OK Air Vintage. Let's do Nordic Vintage. And do we have anyone else that's sort of a vintage one right now? We have got Strata Regional. We have Trinity Aviation, which, to be fair, I'm very tempted to go for, but I think we'll stick with the 3 vintage airlines just for the time being. I'm sort of okay with sticking with the vintage ones. So now we need to open the flight planner and click on the airline name on the left to see the flights that they offer, to schedule it, drag it in, and away we go. So we have nothing from Maple, we have nothing from Nordic, and we have a lot, well, we have 2 from OK Air. So I think what we'll do is we'll look at Saturday and we'll say we can have a flight come in pretty much straight at 5 in the morning. We'll confirm that. We'll have another one come in at 5:15. We'll go for 15-minute windows between them, and that'll be fine. So we've got 2 flights coming in tomorrow that I'm honestly kind of excited about. It would be nice if the other airlines offered me some flights. I did accept the contract, and apparently they just don't care. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you. It would be, it'd be great. it'd be really nice if they would, if they'd give me some flights, but I guess not. Maybe I do have to just go and accept the other contracts, unfortunately. Let's do Trinity Aviation and see what they might give me. And I guess we could do, I don't know. You know what? Give me Strata Regional as well. We'll go for those guys and see what the offers are. Nothing. Interestingly. Okay, well, fair enough. Oh, actually, I take that back. We do have some offers from Maple. So we'll have them come in at 5:30. So again, that 15-minute gap between the flights is absolutely perfect. That's going to be 3 commercial flights landing tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. It's going to be a bit more money than we have coming in from the general aviation guys. And they are eventually going to want us to refuel the commercial aircraft as well, which is where this is going to come in. This little gap that we have up here is going to be perfect for that. We'll need more trucks for it as well. And I mean, I think we also need pushback trucks. I don't know if we need those for small aircraft, but I know that when we get to medium aircraft, we're going to need some pushback trucks is what we're going to need. Oh, it looks like Maple is interested in a little bit more business. So let's do 545 for wheels down on that one. And nobody else has anything for me. I wish, oh, I wish they would just throw some flights at me. You know, just give me some flights. Just work with me here. And interestingly, just as I say that, we do get an offer from Trinity Aviation. Now, what's interesting about this is I do have to schedule it carefully, and I did check. The closest flight we have here is a flight taking off at 8:30. So the window that we have between these, this one leaves at 8. The closest I seem to be able to get these guys is 30 minutes between them. Although I wonder if I bring this down to 15. Can I move you closer? I absolutely can. Okay. So that's slightly going to offset things. You are taking off at 8:15 though. You are taking off at 8:30. So if I set a 20-minute window between them, I could do 8:20. So there's 20 minutes between you two. There's 5 minutes between you taking off and you landing. But I think I'm okay with that. I think that'll work. That'll be all right. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try and line up a very busy day. I want to try and just get as many people in here as we can. I'm quite confident that the airport will be fine. It's not like we're not going to overwhelm the airport by any means, but you know, we might as well just be smart about it. So you land at 8:20. You are therefore going to land at 8. I mean, we did 15 minutes between these, so realistically it'll be 8:35 for you, which is 5 minutes between these guys. So that's fair enough. Or we could do a 20-minute window between them and do 8:40. Is anyone taking off at 9? You do. So yeah, we're going to have to stick with the 15-minute gap here. So we'll do 8:35. Which means that if we have any delays, it might get a little bit complicated, but that's okay. And then 8:35 would bring us to what, 8:50 for the next one. So again, that 5-minute window. Next one's gonna be 9:05, which I'm also completely fine with. And it is now Saturday. We have more flights being offered, I think. We do have a little flashing thing down here. Yeah, we do. We have Trinity. So 9:05 for you, which is perfect. We also had Nordic, which is going to be 9:20, right about there. And that's pretty good. We can have up to 25 flights in a single day right now. As we go ahead and start upgrading the air traffic control tower, we can get more of them. But I think what I'm going to do, because I'm noticing that this little thing down here in the corner every now and then flashes, basically I'm going to try my best to just have this work tomorrow. So 11:40 for you is the time we're looking for. We'll go ahead and we'll get some flights in here. It's gonna be good. We've got good Lord, what, how? There's no janitor hired. Wait, I need to hire janitors. Hold on a minute. Let me hire some janitors, because good Lord, these people are filthy. They've straight up they have, like, that's not even broken. Are you an executive? Yeah, you're an employee. Ugh. That is nasty. That is nasty. All right, let me let me head over to research and development. We have a lot of things we can work with here. Night flights might be a really good idea. Jet A1 fuel is probably a really good idea as well, just to get that out of the way. That's something else we can charge for. Night flights will let us just have flights around the clock, which I think would be great. The program group is basically this stuff down here. We can do little programs to get various bonuses throughout the airport. But I think I really want helipads. I really want helipads. I think I'm gonna go for the helipads because I don't know how they work. I really genuinely have no idea on that one. So we'll figure it out, basically, is what we'll do. Let's get ourselves another administrator or two, just so I can go to research and development and max this out. And we have passengers showing up. And I realize because we have so many flights all next to each other, we are probably going to fill these chairs. So let me go to seating. Let me get some more seating in here, just so that we don't have people getting very upset about the fact that there is no seating in the airport. We can also paint these that sort of darker blue so that everything lines up nicely. And it looks like my queue is actually not long enough. Of course it isn't. That's fine. Security should hold up fine. That'll be all right. These guys are heading through. That's all right. We should be all right. There's no way there's no way I've built an airport that's not good enough right now. I think we're gonna be just fine. Although I might do just a little bit more seating just to be safe. So we'll do some chairs down here in this wall as well, just to make sure, you know. We'll do a little bit of that. It should be just fine. I can also get some plants in here, which might look good. We could do a fern is what we'll do, and we'll rotate it every single time I place it, so it looks a little bit different the entire way across, which is going to be great. So a bunch of ferns in there. We'll go ahead and paint those as well. Maybe not the ferns. We'll keep the plant pots that sort of wooden color, but we'll get the chairs painted up, and that should be good. So we have everybody going through. We should have some flights landing at some point. I don't remember what time it was that they were supposed to land at. It is landing at 5 a.m. So in about 9 minutes time. Wait, that's it right there. Look at you. That's really cool. that is so cool. So you're coming in. You're going straight to the last aircraft stand. We should have a ramp agent heading out and doing his thing. We get everybody coming off the plane, going straight through security, which is exactly what we're looking for. That's great. That's so good. That makes me really happy. And a lot of them look like they're coming back around. I don't know if they're looking to get on another flight or if they're going to the, I don't know what's going on there, but this is good. That's a bunch of commercial flights coming in right there. That is a whole bunch of commercial flights coming through. That is a whole bunch of money for me, hopefully. And that should mean, let's see, sit back and wait for the scheduled flight and passengers to arrive and depart. You can view more details of your flights from the flight monitor, shortcut G. This is all of my flights. We're doing just fine. I think we also have more flights that we can schedule. We absolutely do. Now, let's see what we got. So 11:40, let's do noon right there. And then 12:20, wait a minute. You're taking off at 12:20. Oh, hold on. These guys are overlapping, aren't they? 12:05. You're down at 12. Actually, I think we're okay. So let's do the 15-minute window between them. I think we can get away with that. So you're touching down or leaving at 12:05, 12:15, 12:20, 12:15. Yeah, we'll do 12:15 and then 12:30 for you. Do we have anyone else? We absolutely do. So what was it? 12:30. So then 12:45 for this one. And we also had this guy. So let's make sure that I'm getting everything right here as well. We are doing 11:40. Let's do, wait, when do you take off? You're taking off at 14:40. Let's do, I guess, 3 o'clock, or do you take off at 3? You do. 3:05 should be completely fine. So we'll do 3:05 and then 3:20. I don't think that's overlapping with anyone, so that's all right. And that's just more flights for today, which is more money, assuming everything works out, which thus far it seems to be. So I think at this point, I just need to wait for one of these flights to leave, and we move on to the next part of the tutorial. But this is good. This is a technically functional airport. We should have some staff going through to man the boarding desks here at some point. I suppose that'll be, yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, that's taking a while though. Maybe I should have got a bigger, well, not a bigger boarding desk. I don't have a bigger boarding desk, but you can get multiple boarding desks per stand, I think. It looks like we're doing okay though, and then that member of staff's running around to go back and let more people into the departure space, but that's good. That's great. We've got the planes heading out. We're making money. It's running late. Okay, that's not good. That's like the first plane that we have going out. Let me repair that runway really quickly. But that should be us. Yeah, that's great. Turn around another 5 commercial flights. You know what? I think on that note, we've had a successful first day with this airport. We've managed to get ourselves a proper little commercial thing going here. Let's just very quickly go ahead and I don't like that the planes are running late already. That's really not a good sign, but you know what? It's okay. We've we've managed to do something here. I don't know if we've managed to do something good here, but we have managed to do something, and something is better than nothing in this particular case. So let's go ahead and leave it there for today. I think we've put a pretty good dent in this. We're hopefully making money. Oh, I really hope we're making money. We've got to be making money. We might need to hire some more people, but that's okay. Either way, thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.